Hey, I'm Lindsay Lyman. I worked almost 12 years at Amazon and saw so many brilliant and successful overachievers burn themselves out and leave their jobs because they're so stressed and anxious. But guess what? Having a successful career does not have to be at the expense of your mental sanity and personal time. There's an easier way, and I can show you how. Let's do this. Hey folks, how you doing? Right, this is coming out in March, so we're 3 months into the new year. What was your New Year's goal? If you're new to me, I don't really set New Year's goals, and if I do, they're things like wear more lipstick, which I'm really doing a great job at, by the way. I like to think of more of New Year's intentions. My intention this year is to focus on rejuvenating. So this is just a quick check because I love you and I want to make sure you're being nice to yourself. Just check in. How are you doing with your goals? How are you doing with your intentions? What's a super small thing you could do today to keep working towards them? I am still playing a lot of Beat Saber and it really rejuvenates me. I love it. I do have a goal related to it. It's to always be able to beat my kids at it. Get a higher score, do it better than them. My kids are young enough that I can still achieve this goal. I know the day will come when I can't. Okay, just a quick check-in. Today we're going to talk about the 3 ways to break free from your career golden handcuffs. Y'all, I see you. There are so many of you out there that just feel totally stuck in your job. There's been a lot of layoffs. The economy's a little bit crazy. There's a lot of people out there looking for jobs. Things are so uncertain. I think the last couple of years have really messed with our psyche and knowing nothing is certain. And when we have a job that pays us pretty well, it's really easy to get stuck in this mindset of like, I want to leave. I'm not happy. I'm not motivated. I don't love this job, but I can't leave. I have these golden handcuffs. I'm kind of tied to this certain salary, this certain paycheck, this certain lifestyle. You know you're in this spot if you hear yourself saying things like, I should be happy and grateful for a job, but I just feel stuck. I'm just not motivated. I'm just not driven, but I can't afford to leave. This becomes a problem because when this is the mindset that you're working from, you're really not doing your best. You're not thinking of new ideas. You're not growing and learning through challenges because they just feel overwhelming or kind of pointless to begin with. And what happens when this is how we're showing up, you can start to worry, and sometimes this worry makes y'all go a little bit crazy. I love you, but oh man, some of you are stuck in this vicious cycle, so worried about being laid off, so worried about getting managed out that you are a little bit crazy and you're not doing your best work. And guess what happens when you're not doing your job well? There is a larger probability you might not have a job. So what do you do if you find yourself stuck in this situation? I think there's 3 key things to do. First, you've got to start by telling yourself the truth. Stop lying. I know this is going to sound like semantics and a little nitpicky, but it's everything because what you tell yourself is what your brain is constantly scanning and looking to prove right. So if you keep telling yourself you can't leave, you're going to continue to feel more and more stuck and more worried and be more crazy. But here's the truth. You can leave at any time. You don't even have to give a heads up. You can just log off and never come back. I wouldn't always encourage it, but you can leave at any time. The truth is you don't want to. You want to get a paycheck. You don't want to change your lifestyle. You don't want to give up Netflix and shopping and eating out or whatever those things are that you may need to cut back on if you don't have the same income coming in every month. Tell yourself the truth. It's so much more empowering because you're going to feel less stuck, less out of options when you're just honest that I can leave. I actually don't want to leave yet. Because if you keep telling yourself you can't leave, it's going to create this tug of war tension in your brain where a big portion of you believes you can't leave, and that makes you pull on the other side of that rope of, I just want to leave so bad. It's going to make you more and more miserable. So the first way to break free of your golden handcuffs at work is to tell the truth. I can leave. I'm choosing not to today. Okay? It's going to keep you out of that like worried, creepy, crazy zone. The second thing I would encourage you to do is focus on what you want versus where you are. Again, what you direct your brain to think about, it's going to continue to scan and find evidence and highlight those things to you. So when you're lying to yourself, telling yourself you can't leave, you're going to find more reasons why that's actually true. And your brain is going to keep focusing on all of the problems as to why we do need to go, why this job is no longer the one for you, why this company's toxic, why this leadership's crazy. Not only tell yourself the truth, but focus on what you want. Maybe your team has changed and you're struggling with that because you don't like the leaders. Okay, that's good to know. What do you want? You want leaders that are inspiring and motivating and supporting you and mentoring you. Maybe you want to work in a place that's fun and rewarding and not so intense and stressed out. Maybe you want to feel more motivated at work. You want to be working on things that you're excited about. You want to feel like you're contributing. You want to work less hours. You want to be less stressed. Focus, like literally talk to yourself in your head. Manage your thoughts around what it is you do want versus where you are, because where you are, your brain believes is the problem. Let's give it a new problem to go to work on. Then imagine, what would it look like? Imagine your day today. Imagine going through the exact same day, but feeling like you still had some energy at the end of the day. Like, what would that even look like? Okay. Focus on what you want. Focus on closing down your computer at a decent hour today. What would that be like? Imagine that you woke up this morning feeling kind of excited and motivated for some of the work and projects you had going on. Again, your brain is really going to push against this and resist it because you probably have been lying to yourself and you have some thoughts of like, no, this is just terrible. But just imagine it. You can be wrong, but imagine, what would you do when you got out of bed differently when you were motivated? You maybe wouldn't snooze as long. You maybe wouldn't like do some of what I call the admin-y work of like checking things and making lists and organizing my desk. You might just like jump right into your project and start working on it if you were feeling motivated. Imagine if you were feeling energized and motivated and like you were contributing and it was fun and rewarding and you went to your weekly business review meeting this week. Like, what would be different? What questions would you be asking? What would you not be doing? What stories would you be finding in the data? Maybe you're thinking about what you're going to do next for the rest of the week based on that insight. Okay, so tell yourself the truth and focus on what you want and what it would be like if you had that. And as you focus on what you want, get really curious as to why you're not doing that today. Why are you going to the WBR just totally checked out? Not even looking at the insights, not asking questions, not listening. Like, why? Maybe you need new problems. Maybe you need to manage your brain and talk to yourself nicer. Maybe you need a better way to de-stress every day. Maybe you need to go on a sabbatical. Maybe you need to drink water. Maybe you need to take a nap. Maybe you need to go to bed earlier. I don't know. You know the answer. But your brain wants the quick fix and it wants to prove itself right. And what your brain believes is, no, I am stuck in these golden handcuffs. Tell yourself the truth and focus on what you want. Okay. And the third thing I would offer to you is have a support system. You need a place to feel seen and heard and safe. Maybe these are friends. Maybe these are mentors. Maybe it's a therapist. Maybe it's a coach. Maybe they're people at church. Maybe it's your family, but you need a support system around you. These don't even have to be people that you feel super closely bonded with. Join a pickleball team, go start a hiking club, but create yourself around people that you feel supported with. Choose on purpose who you're surrounding yourself with and how you're spending your time with them. A lot of times when we feel stuck in these spots, there's other people on our team or at our job that feel the same way, and we tend to find them. And as humans, we bond and connect by complaining together because we have that similar strand. Sometimes we even complain in like a happy, smiley, positive way. But don't get together and just whine and complain. Get together and tell the truth to each other. Focus on what you want together and brainstorm ways that could actually happen that very day or the very next day. The way you're going to get out of this cycle of feeling stuck by the golden handcuffs is by consistent, small changes of what you're telling yourself every day. Once you can get yourself out of that like muck and guck of just feeling stuck and like you have no options, so you're not even really trying anything. Once you're out of that cycle, now you're going to be able to figure something out. And maybe you do want that job, and maybe you are willing to change some things in your lifestyle, or maybe you're not. But maybe you're going to find a way to be motivated in your current job. Problem solved. Maybe you're going to be motivated enough to go and find a new job that is new problems, that does align with the type of work culture you want to be in. Problem solved. It's going to happen when you first start telling yourself the truth. You second, focus on what you want. And 3, support yourself with people that are cheering you on even more than you are. All right, friends, that's what I got for you today. You're amazing. You got this. We'll talk soon. If what you're learning from this podcast is helping, this is just the beginning. Each week, I offer a limited number of coffee chats so that you and I can connect one-on-one and talk specifically about what's going on for you. You'll leave this call feeling more hopeful and motivated, but I'm also going to teach you a few things to try right away to get unstuck. Space is very limited and these are free, so grab your spot before they're gone. Click the link in the show notes or go to lindsaylymancoaching.com/chat and sign up today. You got this.